So friends, today I am going to talk about the movie The Devil All the Time, released in 2020. The IMDb rating of this movie is the 7th of January, 10, which is quite good. If you are new to our channel, then press the red subscribe button below and make it grey. This will connect you to our channel and you will be able to watch all the upcoming videos. The movie begins with World War II, where a man named Willard finds his friend Miller Jones hanging on a cross, which was done by Japanese soldiers. Miller's condition is very bad, and Willard shoots him to relieve the pain. After the war is over, when Willard is returning home, he stops at a bar, where he meets a girl named Charlotte, who he likes. In the same bar, he meets a man named Carl, who finds a girl named Sandy. Willard returns home and gifts a gun to his uncle. He then tells his mother that he has fallen in love with a girl but doesn't know her name. His mother says that she has seen a girl whom she will introduce to him at church tomorrow. The next day, they go to church where they meet Helen. There is also a boy named Roy who has a lot of faith in God and who puts a lot of spiders in his mouth to show his faith. Helen is impressed by Roy and marries him, and Willard marries Charlotte. They have a son whom they name Irvin. Willard's faith in God grows, and he builds a small church behind his house where he always prays. Helen and Roy leave their baby Lenora with Willard's mother and go out for a walk, but they do not know that they will never see their daughter again. Irwin grows up and Willard takes him to pray at a small church. We learn that Charlotte has cancer. Willard thinks that if they pray to God with all their heart, Charlotte will be cured. He thinks of sacrificing someone and kills Irwin's dog and hangs it on a cross. However, Charlotte dies. Irwin cries a lot and wants to bury his dog properly. He goes to the cross, where he learns that his father Willard has committed suicide. A policeman named Lee comes there, who meets Irwin. All these stories are interconnected. Now the scene shifts 7 years ago, where Helen, Roy and their baby Lenora live together. Roy, who had gotten sick with an infection after putting a spider in his mouth in church, sneaks out one day and takes Helen to the woods and kills her with a screwdriver. He thinks that God has given him special powers and he can bring the dead back to life, but nothing like that happens. He thinks of Lenora, so he takes a lift to go to her. The ones giving the lift are Carl and Sandy. Carl is a photographer and Sandy is his model. They all stop somewhere and Carl tells Roy that you have to get intimate with my wife and I will click a photo. When Roy refuses to do so, Carl shoots him. Actually, Carl does the same thing. He gives lift to people and then takes them somewhere and asks them to get intimate with Sandy. Then after clicking the photo, he kills them. Then we see that Irwin comes to his grandmother's house because his parents are dead, so he is orphaned. There he also meets his stepsister Lenora. The movie shifts to 1965, where Irwin and Lenora have grown up. On Irwin's birthday, he gets the same gun as a gift which his father had given him. Lenora was always being bullied by some boys in school. After some time, Irwin reforms those boys by beating them up. At that time he remembers his father, who used to explain to him that one should attack on the spot. Lenora thinks of committing suicide, but at the last moment she realizes that she is doing wrong. But then she loses her balance and dies. Irwin finds out that Lenora was pregnant, so he suspects Patterson. He keeps an eye on him and finds out that Patterson was doing this with other girls too. Then Irwin takes the same gun and goes to Patterson and kills him, then runs away from there. Then we see that Carl and Sandy find Irwin. Sandy refuses, but Carl gives her a lift so that she can do her work. After walking for some distance, Irwin takes Carl's gun, and when Carl gets out of the car to do the same thing, Irwin kills Carl in self-defense. He did not want to kill Sandy, but kills him in self-defense. He goes to his old house, where he lived in his childhood, and goes to the cross behind the house. There Lee finds out that Irwin is the person who killed his sister, so he follows him there. In the shootout between them, Lee gets shot, and before dying Irwin shows him his sister's photo, in which Roy's dead body is there, and he leaves the photo there and goes away. On the road, he again takes a lift. Irwin is so tired that he is feeling very sleepy. He starts thinking about his future. What will he become, a soldier, or will he get married and settle somewhere? Thinking all this, he falls asleep and the movie ends here. So friends, what I understood from this movie is that we should never be blind about anything. Otherwise we are ready to do anything for it, and instead of doing good, we end up doing wrong. This movie is based on a novel named The Devil All the Time. There is also a narrator in this movie, which keeps us hooked to the movie. All the actors have played their characters well. Even though Erwin killed people, he was not a bad person. Whatever he did it for his family, and he killed only bad people. So this was the explanation of The Devil All the Time. How did you like it? Do let us know by commenting and tell me which movie should be explained next. Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to watch upcoming videos.